Welcome, welcome everyone. Today we have an amazing lady in our show today, and her name is Lindie Du Preez, and you will not believe in what industry she is in. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of this podcast, I want to ask Lindie, if before you start with anything, is there one powerful statement that you would like to let our viewers and listeners know?
Good morning, Cornelia. Thank you for having me. Well, Cornelia, for me, it's all about women empowerment. And my biggest thing is just to show everybody out there, especially women, what they are capable of, because I've been in the construction industry my whole life. And I have a woman-owned, 100% women-owned construction company. And we do full turnkey solutions. We're one of the only contractors in the area that does a full turnkey solution. So my biggest aim is to show the women out there what they are really capable of and what they can achieve. The sky's the limit. The thing of that, there was that perception of that something is a male-dominated industry. That's something of the past because us as women, sometimes we do a thing better than a man. I do not compete with men. I've got the utmost respect for men. But my biggest thing is to show women out there that you don't need to be barefoot in the kitchen anymore. You can do whatever you set your mind to do.
Wow, I mean, that is amazing. And I love the passion that you have for women in business, especially in the construction industry. So if you don't mind, will you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you started, where you find yourself today?
Well, basically, we started very small in the Northwest. Basically only maintenance projects and stuff. We also had that mindset of let's start small and let's continue to grow. Construction is in my blood. It's in my bloodline. It's been in my bloodline my whole life. So
Sure.
we started there and we grew with time. And our big thing is we do not take anything on if we do not have the knowledge to take it on. That's one of the things. So we made sure that we specialize in each and every area. So like for instance, I specialize in structural strength. I specialize in damp proofing. I'm one of the only licensed CRISO applicators in the Eastern Cape. So everything that we do, we excel at, and we want to be the best in it. We basically specialize in each and every field. At this stage, we're currently running about 19 teams in total.
Wow.
That rotate between projects. So we usually run in between 5 and 12 projects at a time. So we grew quite considerably. Like I said, there's nothing we do not do. There's even a new sector that we're opening up now that we're incorporating interior designing into our portfolio as well. Because of the fact that, we wanted to provide a complete full turnkey solution, a complete package. So from the design up to occupancy certificate to up to the interior design, we do everything and anything. We've even got an online store now that's going to start up with the exclusive, magnificent exclusive range of wall tiles and stuff that one of our artists is doing. He is just magnificent with it. But our biggest focus is to be unique, to give the best quality of service to our clients, but also be able to do and provide for our clients under one roof. They don't need to source out anything. So we do our own electrical COCs, we do gas certification, there's nothing we do not do. We even do manufacturing. Okay. Like I told you, I stopped my workshop for the podcast. We even manufacture our own gates. There's nothing we don't do.
Now, as far as I know, your business has been around for many years. How many years have you been in business?
In total, 25. In total, 25
years.
And we were operational in the Northwest province. And we also mainly focused on like engineering, the engineering sector on the mines as well. And then COVID struck. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like all of the business, everybody got hurt with COVID. So we
yeah.
decided, okay, we're going to retire. And we're coming to the Eastern Cape. And yeah, that was just not in the books for us. I don't think we'll ever retire, because then the construction started. We started seeing the need that's in the area, and being in this industry your whole life, you see what the needs are and that it's not being met. So then automatically you start by implementing this and implementing that. And
Yeah.
yeah, 6 years later, down the line, we are even bigger here than we were in the Northwest. So yeah, we're extremely blessed.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the
that's
area that
amazing. I mean,
and it helps that you're staying in a little paradise. So that's just an added bonus.
yeah, I mean, it's kudos to you guys to really, had a successful business in another province and then managed through very hard times and came out even stronger and better than you did before now in the Eastern Cape. So you also mentioned about you've got a lot of women in your construction company working for you. Could you maybe
Yes.
expand on that?
Well, my daughter-in-law is my partner in the business, and then I've got my youngest daughter she just passed with cum laude at CTU training that she's doing her drafting. She's specializing this year. Next year, she's doing electrical engineering.
Wow.
Then my eldest daughter, she is one of my construction managers, but she's also a bodybuilding champion. So yeah, we're very
Sure.
proud of her. And in physique. So yeah, she's built. And then it's my middle daughter. She is a qualified safety officer and she's doing a degree now in safety. So yeah, and then above and beyond that, we employ local women as well, and we empower them by doing all of the, especially under my daughter. My daughter does all of my damp proofing and all of my waterproofing. So we are busy with like training programs that we are employing women and showing them, listen, yeah, but this can be done, and this is how you need to waterproof this and that. And even my painting crews, 90% of my painting crews currently is women employed. And to be honest with you, I will never employ anybody else as a woman, as a painter, because the attention to detail is just out of this world. You don't have to go back with snags and all of that because they have already done the work like it's supposed to be done.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing. So it's really, I think it's amazing to see that you are thriving with such a huge amount of women workforce in such a male-dominated industry. What is the things that you had to overcome in such a very male-dominated industry like construction?
Well, for instance, not being taken seriously is one of the biggest things. I mean, nobody takes you seriously to say that, listen, yeah, you seriously know what you're talking about until you start taking them out on what they've been doing wrong. Like I
Yeah.
said, I believe in proof is in the pudding. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm not here to compete with a man. I'm building my own future at the end of the day. And for me, it's all
Yes.
about focusing on what can be done and not what can't be done. Um, I focus on the solution. I don't focus on the problem because for every problem, there is a solution. And that's the
Yeah.
big thing with the men out there. The men is too fast to say that, listen, yeah, but this can't be done, this can't be done, this can't be done. in today's day and age, there is not something like that you can't, you're not able to do something like that.
Yeah.
With the technology that's out there, and that's one of the other things we keep on evolving with brand new products, brand new methods, brand new. My staff goes for training every 3 months to update everything that's new on the market. We don't just
Wow.
stick to old ways, we don't stick just to
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest challenges, especially in the area where we are in now, because the area that we are in now is like completely old school. It's like 1950s, 1960s old school. So for them to take a women-owned company seriously, especially with her bringing in brand new stuff that's not familiar to the area, that was one
Yeah.
of the big challenges, to show them, but listen, yeah, there is other products out there that can be used and other methods that can be used that is
Mm.
even more sufficient, and that's especially more suitable for coastal regions. And I had to overcome quite a few hurdles just by doing that. It was like the proof is in the pudding. You need to show us what you are claiming.
Yeah.
And we had to basically double our warranties. We had to do everything just to keep the
Wow.
client, to show them that, listen, yeah, we're sitting with
Yeah.
a more superior solution at the end of the day for them. So yeah, that was in itself a big challenge. But overall, my whole life, it was basically for men to start taking you seriously as a woman, because they sit with that
Yeah.
perception of um, you don't know what you're talking about, you know,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
is not your industry. Now,
Yeah.
I have this whole thing, like I taught my son from a very small age. Who gave you that knowledge if you're a man? I mean, who's the one that brought you into the world, and who's the one that formed you into the man that you are today? It
Yeah.
was a woman. So don't tell a
Yeah.
woman that it can't be done. It's not
Yeah.
something like it can't be done. It doesn't exist in my vocabulary that it can't be done. There's
Mm.
always a solution for everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the big things. And then because I employ women, sexism was one of the big issues. That
Oh,
you
I
are
can imagine in the
that
construction.
that that you are objectified, because
Yeah.
like you can see, I like looking good always. And for a man
Yeah.
in construction dominated industry to take a woman seriously that walks in high heels and's got fresh manicure, that's a challenge at its own, because they objectify you. And
Yeah.
luckily, the good Lord gave me a very bad temper, because if you don't have respect for me, I'll force my respect down on you. Because if I respect you as a person, I expect exactly the same back. And like I said, skill and workmanship is basically what backed everything for me. But
Mm. Mm.
once you've laid down the rules, like they said, then
Yeah.
you're sitting with less hurdles. It just takes that people need to start taking you seriously. And luckily, I've got a strong team behind me. I mean, if it wasn't for my workforce that had the
Yeah.
respect for me that they have for me, and if it wasn't for my employees that excels every day, I wouldn't be where I am. And that's one of the
Yeah.
things that I believe in as well. And that's something that's not familiar to this area is, we believe in team building. I believe in building the morals of the employees and that's it's basically.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. So I want to ask you, being in a male dominated industry and being as powerful as you are and being such a go-getter, did you have to change your way of managing people to a more masculine way, or are you still trying to embrace like the way that a female would manage teams?
I think if weakness is like fear, it can be smelled. So if you've got a strong personality and a strong
Yeah.
personality trait, and you have good morals and you stand by those morals, then you don't need to force anything down on anybody, because
Yeah.
I'm somebody that I don't ask twice. Um, you know, I know what I want and I go for what I want. And I think all of the people that's around me accept and respect me for that, because they also have the vision that we have for the company going forward. So at the end of the day, my advice for anybody out there is first impressions last. And if that first impression, that what you give to a person is going to be that of somebody that's weak and somebody that's timid and all of that,
Yeah.
then yes, you are going to be a target. But if you know what you want and you go for what you want and you stand for your behind your morals,
Yes.
and you do not let go, then nobody can do that. I mean, my daughter-in-law, she's like yay high, and I laugh because if it's a difficult day and I don't have the time or the energy to work with the suppliers, then I tell her, listen, yeah, go for it. And you can't believe what chutzpah that kid has. Seriously. Um,
Oh,
I think if they should see her and she's not telephonically with them, they'll laugh, because she's just like I said, she's like my youngest daughter. She's just like I, but she doesn't back down, and that's the beauty,
yes.
you know. You see on a daily basis how you empower the women around you and how much stronger they are becoming, and that's the most satisfying thing of it all, to see how strong they become over time. That's fantastic, and to see the confidence that they are doing something. You know, we'll do a quotation, for instance, and then the client tells you, "Oh, but this is impossible and this is impossible," even before I can open up my mouth. Then one of the women that's with me will tell them, "Listen, yeah, nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always a
It's all
solution for
about
everything."
mindset.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's contagious, you know, and you can see how the one woman is empowering the next woman and the next woman and the next woman, and it just doesn't stop. So at the end of the day, if there's anything that I take home above and beyond, you know, my profits and everything, it's how I am empowering the woman and how strong they've become. That's the biggest reward of it all.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I really appreciate you sharing so much information about your business, how powerful and contagious, it is for you guys to share and support other women in the construction industry. If anyone that is viewing this now would like to reach out to you, how can they contact your business?
Well, we have a Facebook page. We are busy restructuring our website, but they are more than welcome to follow us on Facebook. It's MMD Construction. And then there's another Facebook page as well, MMD Waterproofing. And we are on Instagram, we're on TikTok. And then we've got a big, like I said, a new website that's coming out with a new brand new store. And that will also be linked on our social media pages where they can reach us at.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I want to ask you for one final thought that you would like to leave our followers with any woman that feels that they are not shining in an industry that is maybe more male dominated. What would your beautiful message be to that lady?
My message, my final message to somebody like that would be, give one step back, reevaluate, readjust, and then you go for it again, but don't give up.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's very powerful. Don't give up. And if you're in a women-led industry, then we support you. We love you. And thank you for sharing your story and how your family, and not just female members of your family, but also you're supporting the community and the females in the community in this heavily competitive industry, which is the construction industry. Thank you so much, Lindie. I really appreciate you sharing your
Thank
input
you.
with us today, and may you have a blessed day.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.